Well, welcome back to the farm. This is my 2007 Ford F-350. It's got the 6.0 Powerstroke, and I had replaced the headlights on it. They were glazed over, but then I get a problem with the connection to this right headlight, and what I found out, the clip that holds on the wiring harness, the clip that clips to the back of the light bulb is broken, and the vibration, this being a F-350, it doesn't ride like a Cadillac in any way, shape, or form, and it will shake off. And so today I'm going to show you everything that I'm going to use to remove the headlight, get to that pigtail, clip it off, put a new part on it, a new pigtail for the headlight, and of course I'm going to solder it, and I'm going to use shrink tube. So at this time I will turn the camera around and show you the things that I'm going to use to fix my headlight problem. So if your headlights are glazed over and you're tired of trying to clean them and keep them clear, I bought these a couple of years, A1 Auto, and was a good price for a set with light bulbs and everything. But here is the bits, pieces, parts, everything else. I've got a soldering iron. It doesn't take a big fancy one unless you have one. Shrink tubing, different size, different colors. I like to use the flux, as well as it's a rosin core leaded solder. And I'd say look for the rosin core, not the acid core. And here are the parts, and of course I got two, one for each side. There is the part number if you want to look that up. Alla Lighting H139008 shows the H13 again. Headlight, of course you see the ... but anyway, it is a 2-pack. I think I got this off of Amazon. So anyway, let's get started. I've got my ratchet and my socket set. Now something I noticed, I just took and unplugged the light. This says BioLight made in Korea. Folks, this is the back side of the headlight bulb. So I'm going to look at that and see if I need to replace the headlight bulb now that I pulled that wire off, or if I just can take and glue that back on. So anyway, stand by, let's see how this thing comes apart. Okay, the little bolts holding the headlight, a 7/32. And sure enough, that came off. Fits down in there like that. I think I can go ahead and glue that. So I'll take my time and glue that back on. Let me show you what I'm looking at here. So the center one is black. This one to my right, your right, to the side is green with an orange stripe. Then the one on the left is green and it looks like it's a black stripe. And so if we just look at the way that this one will plug into this light, we'll go blue to the right, ground to the center, and red to the left. I'm going to go ahead and slide the shrink tube down over the wiring harness, and then I'll take the time to strip these wires And then I will strip them off of this. And I do like to twist all of the copper strands together somewhat tight. So I'm twisting the two ends together. In the background, we've got a little miniature horse that was given to us, and she's separated from the big horses, and so she's making all that racket that you hear in the background. So then what I like to do is take some of this flux. Let me show you exactly what it is. Water-soluble paste flux. Of course, you can see kind of messy in there. I will take the tip of the soldering iron and stick in there before I begin soldering stuff together. But I take some of the flux on my finger and rub it on these copper wires. I think what it does, it just helps the solder get within all of the wires and everything, making a good soldering weld. All right. Then I will take some of that solder. All right. Do this without melting wires. All right, now what I'm going to do is go get a fire starter to take care of the shrink tube, and I'm going to go see what kind of glue I have to glue this base back on to the light bulb. Well, I don't know if this will work or not, because when the heat lamp is on, when the headlights are on, it creates quite the heat. I'm going to use this E6000, and it seemed like it'll glue anything together, but I'm just curious about the heat. Okay, I glued the back onto the headlamp with the E6000, and I'm on their website, and it says non-flammable once cured, chemical resistance, waterproof, can be submerged, it's paintable, temperature resistant, unaffected by extreme heat or cold once cured, flexible for bonding items, subject to vibration. I think they're talking about my truck. Anyway, there's information. E6000 industrial adhesive. All right, so let's take care of this shrink tubing. Now what I'm going to do is pull them all down at one time, so once I get to start heating it up to seal it, if I accidentally hit the next one over, I'm okay, because if I don't, then I'll end up messing up and shrinking it where I don't want it. So I just checked the thermometer. It's actually 33 degrees out here, which means I can see my breath. There we go. Now, plug this in. It's locked into place. Go ahead and set this headlight back up into place. Whoops. It's got to go over. So, let me go turn that on. So now we'll take and put the screws back in place. So on this make model, there's just the 4 little hex head screw bolts, whatever you would like to call them. I'll try to center them back up to where the same they came off. Just snug them up, they don't have to be real tight. Had to take a phone call, but that is done. Let's look at one more thing before we finish this video, and it is inside the truck, the auxiliary port, and we're going to try to use that E6000 on it and see if that'll hold that plug into place. So I got it and some emery cloth. And you could see my problem. It's a little sunny out here. So this plug, I finally just stuck it in here to keep it from falling out. But all of the, these are the clips that hold it in on the top, but they're missing off of the bottom. So what I'm going to do is sand up around the edges here.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are.
Houston County Lock and Key, this is Jay. So we'll take emery cloth, clean up all of these edges. Let's get this glue. And, oh, we're not good. Let's do this. Don't know how well this duct tape will stick. Everything's cold. Cure time, they say, is per instructions is 24 hours. Fully cured in up to 72 hours. So
So maybe, just maybe, the duct tape will help hold it into place.
All right, this is a follow-up video checking on the auxiliary port with the E6000 adhesive. Stuff kind of looks like airplane glue, but anyway, let's see if that glued that port in there. We'll take and pull this tape off. Look like a little cleanup. I guess I'll come back and clean this up, but it looks like we're good to go. Keeping in mind, if I need to get behind the dash right there, it's this whole thing will just peel off. And of course, that's when I changed the radios out in it with the AM/FM CD, and then I ran the wire, the auxiliary wire, down to my Sirius XM. That's what that wire is. So you can definitely just peel the dash off and get behind there, so it's not necessary that this pops out. But I'm glad that's fixed. Anyway, once again, thanks for watching.